This is OwlUp, where learning happens in minutes, not hours. For a deeper journey, explore all our courses at owlup.co. Now, let's dive in. Welcome back to Chapter 3 of Electricity Explained, How Your World is Powered, where we're taking a tour inside your house to see exactly how all that electricity gets from the power lines outside to your light switches, outlets, and appliances. We'll break down the essential parts that make up your home's electrical system and why understanding them keeps you safe. Let's get into it. Right now, the safest looking part of your home might be the one most likely to start a fire. You flip a light switch, plug in a heater, start the hairdryer. No sparks, no drama. Yet behind the walls, one loose connection or tired breaker could quietly be heating up. About 46,700 home fires a year in the US start with an electrical problem, yet most people's inspection routine is limited to glancing at a light switch that still works. Electricity is quiet, predictable, right up to the moment it isn't. In this episode, we'll step past the outlets and switches you see and into the invisible system that feeds them, the service panel, the branching maze of circuits, and the safety layers that stand between a normal day and a disaster. Think of this less like learning how to wire a house and more like learning to read the vital signs of your home. We'll look at why some modern protections, like GFCIs and AFCIs, trip for no reason, why a perfectly legal outlet can still be a bad idea for your space heater, and how aging wiring quietly changes the rules. By the end, you'll know what's normal, what's suspicious, and what deserves a pro's visit. Walk a few steps from any room and you'll usually find the real interface between you and that hidden system: outlets, switches, and the cords you plug into them. This is where design choices, habits, and small shortcuts start to matter. A 15-amp circuit that shrugs off a phone charger can groan under a space heater, plus a hairdryer, plus a tangle of just one more power strip. Codes like the NEC evolve every 3 years not to annoy you, but to reflect how our gadget-filled homes actually behave under load. In this episode, we'll connect those rulebook changes to the way you live, room by room. Stand in your kitchen and look around. Refrigerator, microwave, toaster oven, coffee maker, maybe a dishwasher. Most of that heavy-hitting gear often lands on just one or two branch circuits. The wiring in the walls doesn't care that these devices are in different corners of the room. If they share the same 15-amp line, they're all drinking from the same straw. That's why codes usually call for multiple small appliance circuits in kitchens. Real-world use routinely pushes right up against the limits. Bedrooms and living rooms tell a different story. Instead of a few big loads, they get lots of small ones: chargers, lamps, TVs, game consoles, soundbars. Add a portable AC or space heater, and suddenly that light-duty circuit is playing in the big leagues. Many nuisance trips trace back to this mismatch between what the circuit was planned for and how it's actually being used years later. Bathrooms are where water, metal, and high-wattage devices meet. Hairdryers often pull close to a full 15 amps on their own. Plug in another heat source on the same run, even in a different room that shares that circuit, and you're flirting with the breaker's limit every morning before coffee. Then there's the invisible background load, devices that never really turn off. Wi-Fi routers, smart speakers, DVRs, chargers with that soft glow LED. Each is small, but together they raise the baseline current, leaving less headroom for big, short bursts like vacuum cleaners or power tools. Over time, homes also accumulate temporary solutions that quietly become permanent. Daisy-chained power strips behind an entertainment center, an extension cord feeding a freezer in the garage, a space heater that just runs on cold days but ends up on all winter. None of these change the circuit's rating. They only make it easier to forget where the edge is. Your best clue to how the wiring is coping isn't a fancy meter. It's heat, smell, and sound. Warm cover plates, a faint hot plastic odor, buzzing at outlets or switches, and lights dipping when big loads start up are all your home whispering that a circuit is being pushed harder than it should be. Think of each room in your home like a different position on a team. The kitchen is the power lifter, the living room is the endurance runner, the bathroom is the sprinter off the starting blocks. They're all strong in different ways, but they still share the same overall stamina limit, your service capacity. When one player starts overperforming, say a garage suddenly takes on a freezer, EV charger, and space heater, the rest of the team feels it. A few concrete tells. That cord you always unplug before using a vacuum is likely on a maxed out run. The outlet that only buzzes when the printer and space heater are both on is hinting at a weak point. A breaker that trips every time a big tool starts may be protecting you from an undersized circuit serving a space that grew up from storage room to workshop. Modern code updates quietly try to predict these lifestyle upgrades. Whole house surge protection, for instance, isn't about a single storm. It's about guarding every sensitive device that now depends on clean, stable power all day, every day. Codes will keep shifting as our habits do. EV chargers, induction ranges, and home batteries act like new players joining an already busy lineup, so layouts that felt generous in 1995 can be cramped today. Expect smarter gear that talks to panels, briefly pausing the dryer so the car can fast charge, or routing backup power to a medical device first. Like a coach constantly reworking a game plan, future systems will juggle comfort, safety, and resilience in real time. Treat this week as a quiet tour of your home's nervous system. Notice which outlets always host high-demand gear, which cords stay warm, which rooms feel like power hotspots. Like learning a new walking route, patterns appear once you look down. Your challenge this week? Map those patterns, then ask what one upgrade would most change the picture. This was OwlUp, your daily step forward. This series continues with more chapters on OwlUp.co. Visit OwlUp.co to access the complete course and continue your learning journey. See you there!